Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an aspect of the race that we might look back on later as having been critical to finding the right result. Well, some very good racing coming up on Sunday at Sha Tin, the first group race of the season. And the first race we're going to look at is race 8, where our winning factor is the map. Now, quite an interesting Class 3 here with a couple of newcomers from Australia and New Zealand who have shown ability there. Master Delight for John Size and 5 Elements for Frankie Law. But for me, this comes down to two very smart horses which have had a run this season. I'm a Single Man and Packing Victory. And so far, Packing Victory is unbeaten in 2 starts. He won very impressively last season at Happy Valley and then returned on opening day this season to win at Sha Tin over 1200 metres in Class 4 with the top weight. And we'll take a look at that right now. And this is race 3 of the current season. Now, he's easy to find. He's in blue and white hoops with a red cap. And just note, Zach Purton has to push him along early, trying to uncomplicate the race for the odds-on favourite and get a place outside the leader. Now, he travels nicely there, and then in the stretch, Purton goes for him. And just like his debut win, there is a moment or two before Packing Victory really gets the revs up to go clear. But even though he rolls around a bit, new and green, just like his debut, the further they go, the further he wins by. Now, he's a son of Reliable Man, a French Derby winner, and a horse who gets horses over a little bit more ground than 1200 metres. So I'm a little surprised perhaps that Danny Schum, his trainer, didn't go out to 1400 metres for his second up run, but he still has probably enough speed and from the draw to be able to perform again at 1200 metres. We'll have a look at that on the map later on, but he'll still need to be at the top of his game to handle I'm a Single Man. Now, he's also had a race this season, and this was in race number 26. And you see him here, he's in tangerine and purple with white sleeves and cap. And he jumps well from a middle draw, but he's soon beaten for speed by the horses drawn under him. And jockey Karis Teaton has to drift back in the field to avoid being caught too wide. And he finds himself well off the pace by halfway. Now, the heat map shows that the tempo wasn't totally against horses running on here, but the winner, Gluck Racer, gets a perfect run up nearer the speed, gets too much of a break, and I'm a Single Man closes strongly for second and posts what was by 2 or 3 lengths the fastest final 400 metre sprint of the day for the turn races, but has to settle for second place. So that was a very good performance by I'm a Single Man, and probably better than either of Packing Victory's performances so far. And if this was just a 2-horse race, well, I think he'd be pretty hard to hold out. However, it's not, and traffic comes into play. And that's where we look at the map. And he's going to face a similar problem here to last time I'm a Single Man. As we saw in Packing Victory's video, he's not a pure sprint horse, but I think in what looks a true tempo, he'll be beaten for the lead pace today, but still able to find a trail behind the leaders. Now, Zach Purton's job there is going to be making sure of clear room in the straight so that the horse can wind up again and we get to see his best assets at the end of the race. Teaton's job on I'm a Single Man, well, that is to stay as close as he can to his rival so that he can bring to bear his superior sprint at the finish of the race. But I fear he's again going to give away a 2 or 3 length start, and as well as the 8 pounds in weight. So the tip in race 8, Packing Victory, his winning factor, the map. I don't think there's a great deal between these horses, but on the map I think we're going to see Packing Victory closer to the speed, and that's going to be the winning difference. And the other race I want to take a look at on Sunday is race 10, where our winning factor is the sectionals. Well, the race 7, the Celebration Cup, might nominally be the day's highlight on Sunday, but this Class 2 is the race I'm most looking forward to as we see where the road is headed for a couple of very promising horses. The field is headed by Chief Executives Cup winner Naboo Attack, unbeaten in 2 Hong Kong starts. Killer B, a winner of 4 from 5 last season as a 3-year-old, and we expect he's going to be even stronger this season. And it might surprise a few, but I also give chances to California Rad and the lightweight Winner Method as well. Like most Class 2 races, it's not a pushover. But the key runners here look to be Naboo Attack, Winner Method and Killer B. So let's have a look at what they've been doing. And this is race 4, the most recent of the 3. Naboo Attack has had a race this season. He's in blue colours here with a red cap. And he's had a few issues at the jump previously, but he comes out okay in this race. And he's able to sit in midfield from gate 6 in what was just a steady tempo. And he even gets a touch keen near the 700 metres. But soon after, Sha Tin gets him out to the clear. He builds into his work and he eventually wears down the leaders in the final 100 metres and comes clear under his light handicap. Now the other 2 replays we're going to take a look at come from last season, and the first one is Winner Method. Now this isn't his latest start. He has had a run this season down the straight, but this is his only attempt at 1200 metres previously, so I thought we'd take that into account. And this is race 735, and he's in light yellow and green colours. He's one of our highlight horses here and the only one in defeat in the videos. Now this is 1200 metres under top weight. You see some very decent opposition here as he leads early. The pace isn't anything taxing, and ultimately he fights out the finish with the other much lighter handicapped leader, Diamond Brilliant. And Diamond Brilliant just gets the best of him near the line. And the third of our replays is Killer B, and this is from June 20. This is his latest win in Class 3, and it's race 765 last season. Now he's in light green colours with white sleeves and a white cap. He jumps well, but you see him drift back in the field here. Now it appears to the eye that there's a good pace on here with the keen going leader getting separation from the field, but the heat map shows he wasn't actually going that quickly, and it was just that the others didn't chase. Now that view is backed up by the fact that the leaders did kick on quite well late in the race. But from 2 or 3 wide with cover, Killer B has 132 pounds on board, but you certainly wouldn't know it. He unleashes a withering turn of foot from the top of the straight, comes clear, and Joe Moreira sits up for the camera on the line. So 3 strong contenders in my view, with 2 of them visually quite exciting, Naboo Attack and Killer B, whereas Winner Method maybe not so much, but he gets his chance due to the weights and times. And I thought that a look at the weights and times over 1200 metres at Sha Tin for these horses was very much in order for this race. And you see them here. I've shown the last 2 starts of Naboo Attack and Killer B, and the 1200 metre run from Winner Method. Now, when you look at the sectional times on the HKJC website results, they won't be the same because I've adjusted these times to include the speed of the track on the day. So don't be confused, these won't look the same, but I think they're very relevant in this form. So we can see that and compare them against what we might consider expected averages for Sunday's race. And both Naboo Attack and Killer B, you can see, do their best work late, with Killer B the sharpest of the finishers, and Naboo Attack is a huge horse who takes time and builds into his finish. And I can say that the early sectionals for both of these horses has been negatively affected in the past by slow tempos, so they may be able to go a little bit quicker. But the on-pacer amongst them, definitely Winner Method. Now, he's got a light weight, he's got a forward running style, and his problem is going to be getting more than 3 lengths ahead of the other 2 at the 400 metres. So that's 3 of the players here, because the 4th is the map. And I'm not seeing this as fast runs, simply because Trillion Win and Winner Method are so much quicker than the rest. They will quickly establish the lead. There's no need for them to compete for it, and they'll look to keep things just steady in front, then pick up the pace from halfway, trying to get a big enough break to make life hard for the finishers. Critically, Naboo Attack is now drawn wider than before. Killer B comes in a couple of gates, and that to me says Killer B will be in front of Naboo Attack in running. And we've already seen that he's the one with the best final 400 metres. So the tip in race 10, Killer B. His winning factor, the sectionals. They're both promising horses, but going up to the top weight for Naboo Attack and trying to produce even better sectionals than he's run so far, it's going to be a big challenge, whereas Killer B drops in weight, and we've already seen he's the fastest down the straight. So that's it from the winning factor for this week. Enjoy the group racing on Sunday. We'll see you next time.